Hello everyone, welcome to Inclusive Bharat. In this video, we'll be discussing one of the article that is taken from the Hindu newspaper. Modi Ukraine visit likely to explore deeper ties in defense manufacturing. Let us understand this article in detail. So first, let us understand the background and its context. See, Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister of India, is visiting Ukraine. This is a significant visit because it is the first time that the Indian Prime Minister is visiting Ukraine, and it shows India's interest in building a stronger ties with Ukraine, especially in the field of defense. If you see, India has a lot of military equipments that comes from both Russia and Ukraine. This includes aircrafts, warships, and other defense systems also. So because of this, India has a strong interest in maintaining a good relation with both the countries, that is Russia and Ukraine. That is to ensure a steady supply of spare parts and equipments. Let us understand the impact of war in Ukraine. Since the war in Ukraine started in 2022, India has faced difficulties in getting the necessary supplies and also the spare parts of military equipments from Ukraine and Russia. It's because of the war. This is because, in the war, many resources have been diverted due to the conflict, and also the prices of certain items also been increased. So these are the challenges. So what India has done to diversify its supply chain in order to do diversify the supply chain, India have started relying on own companies to produce smaller components and sub-assemblies for the military equipments. And for the parts which we are not able to produce domestically, we have looking for other countries like Poland, Estonia, Bulgaria, and Czech Republic to ensure a steady supply. And also we have issue with payments. See, when war started, Russia was removed from the global SWIFT global payment system. Okay, SWIFT is a global payment system. So that, they were removed. It is very difficult for India to make payments for the equipments and supplies. So additionally, we made a trade system between India and Russia, that is rupee ruble trade. But actually, that is not effective for making large payments. So what are the specific challenges faced by Indian military? If you see Indian Air Force had a deal with Ukraine to upgrade AN-32 transport aircraft. It's a transport aircraft. But actually, some upgrades were completed before the war, but rest, they were delayed because of the conflict. And if you take Indian Navy, Indian Navy has 30 warships that are powered by engines from Ukraine company, that is Zoria Nash Pocket. So we have 30 warships, and those engines are brought from Ukraine company. So the war impacted the Navy's ability to get this engine serviced. So to address this, India is working on doing some services locally and also partnering with Zoria to reduce the need to send the engine back to Ukraine for maintenance. So that's how India is facing the challenges. So let's see what is the future defense cooperation. If you see during this Modi's visit, India and Ukraine, they're expected to discuss ways to deepen the cooperation in defense. This could include a joint venture between India and Ukraine companies, and exploring new technologies and systems that Ukraine have developed. Because Ukraine, whatever they've developed, which are already been tested in battlefields. Okay, India and Ukraine have a history of defense trade, including a deal signed in 2021. For example, in 2019, India was attacked by a military strike. So in 2019, India purchased air-to-air missile from Ukraine for its fighter jet. So also, Ukraine signed an agreement with India in 2021 for the sale of new weapons and maintenance and upgrade of the existing equipment also. Because these are the past defense trade deals with Ukraine. So as a conclusion, if you see, Modi's visit to Ukraine is focused on finding ways to maintain and possibly deepen the Indian defense with Ukraine, especially given the challenges posed by the ongoing war. This visit is also a part of Indian broader strategy, that is to diversify the supply chain defense supply chain specifically, and to reduce dependence on any single country. That is always a good for a country. Thank you.